Hello, and welcome to Seafoam Island. This place has a very high encounter rate, and so there will be a lot of cuts in this video. I know, why don't you just buy some repels, you might ask, but gosh, I don't want to hear it. I actually spend a lot of money on Pokeballs, and usually end up just saving my money for that, so that's why I almost never have repels. Unless, I'm playing the later games where they have the shaking grass mechanic and all that kind of stuff. So that's my answer. I don't wanna. Now, I'm also going to be trying a new edit for when I am attempting to catch Pokemon. I will show the beginning of a battle, and then the catch or miss, as may be the case, depending on how it goes. Speaking of catching, within Seafoam Island, the only new Pokemon we will be going after are going to be Golbat, Golduck, Seal, Dugong, and at the very bottom, the dungeon boss, I guess you could say, Articuno. Now, I'm going to give you the best odds for catching these Pokemon. I basically caught them all on different floors, just playing through, doing the strength puzzles. So the best odds to catch Golbat is on basement level 4 with a 15% chance of encounter. Golduck has 15% chance of encounters on both basement level 3 and basement level 4. Seal has a 60% encounter rate on basement levels 3 and 4, but only while surfing. Otherwise, the encounter rate, I believe, is about 50%. So it's better to surf to catch Seal. And same thing with Dugong. Dugong generally has about a 1% encounter rate on any floor until you start surfing on floors 3 and 4. Then the encounter rate for a Dugong goes up to a 5% chance. Finally, at the very bottom, as I said, will be Articuno. Articuno, 100% chance of encounter rate the first time. Make sure you save before you take on this legendary. Otherwise, you can be in trouble if you knock it out, because then you're going to have to go back to your last save and, work your way through the dungeon again. So save first. Always save first before you go into a overworld encounter with a legendary Pokemon, just to make sure that you get it, right? Now, as I said just a moment ago, this dungeon has boulder pushing strength puzzles, right? Honestly, the puzzle isn't too difficult. It's basically push a rock in a hole, push it down in the next hole, all that kind of stuff, right? And besides the Articuno battle, that's about it. The most difficult thing in this whole dungeon will be the amount of encounters you're going to run into, if you're deciding to fight everything you run into, and the Articuno battle. Articuno is going to come at you at level 50. I believe most of the Pokemon in this cave are going to be between levels 30 and 36. So Articuno comes at you pretty hard. So if you're not ready, you might get trounced. Articuno's, not a super weak battle. Best to come in with some kind of status move, like sleep, paralysis, something like that, to hit it and to make its catch rate, go up a bit, because its catch rate is also kind of low. Now, within Seafoam Island, there are no trainer battles. You're not going to run into any trainers in here. There's one trainer just outside the entrance and one trainer just outside the exit. That's it. And so when we do exit the cave, we're going to be fighting the picnicker that's waiting for us just outside. But beyond that, it's just wild encounters within the cave. So, here we go. There are a couple items. I'm going to show you the items I grabbed. I don't know if I got them all. I think I grabbed the only TM that I can remember being in here, which is Blizzard. Blizzard's a pretty good TM to have. That's about it. So, now that we've kind of talked about the cave, let's talk about some other topic. I don't have one in mind. I'm lying. I always have a topic in hand. I have a little sheet of stuff to talk about, right? So, I believe last week I was talking about or not last week, last Wednesday. So the episode before this one, I was talking about Scarlet and Violet and Pavilion and all that kind of stuff. And I think I wanted to talk a little bit more about Pokemon designs because a lot of people have that one generation that they're like, oh, the best designs ever, right? And I don't know if I have that, but I have to admit I really do like some of the sillier designs in my opinion. Things like Vanillux. Vanillux is just an ice cream cone. It's really, I really enjoy it. It's a very silly design. You know, Vanillite, Vanillux, all that kind of stuff. It goes from a single scoop to like 2-cone scoop kind of deal. Ice type, it's a very fun Pokemon. Came out Gen 5, Black and White. Like I said, I've been playing X and Y, and I really enjoy. I'm playing with the Fox starter because, like I said, I chose the one that looked the cutest. And that fox was really cute. I imagine so. One of my favorite animals in the world is a turtle. After that's probably like dogs and cats, right? You know, the more normalized creatures. Another one of my favorite Pokemon is actually Baniri because I think it's just adorable. But so I chose the fox. And its final evolution is really cool. I intend to look up a little bit more information about the inspirations and all that kind of stuff, but it looks like it's kind of based on like a sorcerer or a witch or something. It's, you know, got this long roby looking fur, carries a wand, very cool looking. I actually kind of like it. It fits with kind of a little bit of the theme that's in X and Y, which is kind of like knights and all that kind of stuff. And I have to say I quite like the design. I haven't come across too many Pokemon that I'm like, oh my god, I can't stand this design for one reason or other. There's some that are not my favorites, of course. You know, there's some that I don't really choose because even though I don't think it's a bad design, it's not my favorite. Like Trubbish. Trubbish is interesting, so is Gardevoir. But they're not my favorite designs. They're not bad designs. They're actually kind of interesting, especially the Gigantamax Gardevoir with all the toys and stuff you see it in. That's kind of cool, right? The Labebe, I think it's called, the flower fairy Pokemon that was introduced in X and Y is kind of cool. I like the color variations you can get from the flower itself. Pumpkaboo is another kind of cute Pokemon. It's not one I use. I think it's cute, but it's not cute enough to make me want to put it on a team, especially with its evolution. I'm not a big fan of Gourgeist. A cool Pokemon that I don't remember which generation it was introduced in, but ran across playing the game is Phantump and its evolution, which is a trait evolution. I think that's a very creepy kind of fits very well for a ghost. But yeah, so designs are really nice in most of the games. Like I said, I really haven't run into a Pokemon where I'm like, nope, never gonna look at it, don't like it, scary, whatever. I really do enjoy going back and seeing some of these Pokemon in their regional forms, like the regional forms of Articuno and all that kind of stuff from Sword and Shield. I wish they would do that with more Pokemon. You know, give them a new form and give them something else that aren't Charizard. I think Charizard's cool, but you know, it and Pikachu definitely have a big cornerstone of everyone must love this Pokemon, right? Charizard's newer forms from X and Y, Charizard X, Charizard Y, are kind of cool. Its Gigantamax form is really cool. I'm not saying that the designs are bad. I just sometimes wish that other Pokemon had a chance. I wish they would come back with Mega Evolutions. I haven't seen too many in X and Y. I never really played it, like I said. And even though I played Omega Ruby, sorry, Alpha Sapphire. I had Alpha Sapphire. I didn't really do the Mega Evolution thing too much. It just, I don't know. Yeah, so I think it's really fun to look at a Pokemon and its designs and try to see the interesting aspects of it. Like I said, Garbodor and all that kind of stuff, not my favorite, but there are some really interesting aspects of it, and they encompass what that Pokemon is kind of standing for. You know, Garbodor is all about the trash and stuff you see in places like New York City, right? They produce a lot of trash, which works well for that Pokemon's design. And Vanillux and all that kind of stuff. You know, I don't know if America's known for ice cream cones, since that's, you know it's New York kind of deal. But, you know, I all having ice cream in the summers and all that kind of stuff, so it's really cool. I like the Deerling and Sawsbuck. It's very cool. You know, the variations based on season were a really interesting addition. But, you know, that again, that's not a Pokemon I've seen used in other games. Same thing with, like I said, the villain. So there's some Pokemon that have interesting designs, and I'd love to see come back in other games to revisit those designs without having to go back and play an older game to see how they would look in our current views. I would love to see Lowland Muck on. I don't know if you can. I should check. I don't think you can use Muck and Grimer in Sword and Shield. I never have. I try to always use newer Pokemon every time I play, or Pokemon that I haven't used before. And I used Grimer and Muck quite a bit in the Game Boy Advance generation. I don't know why. I really liked them. Muck was kind of tanky for me. You know, I didn't really play the metagame, so I'm sure Muck could have gotten destroyed there. But in-game, Muck was kind of tanky and worked well. So I'd like to see more of these unused Pokemon, in a sense, come out on the Switch games. And I want to see more surprising designs appear, even if they're regional variants, and then one Pokemon, a couple of Gen 2. Part of why I love Legends Arceus was the regional variants for the starters. You know, you had Sun and Moon, you had Cyndaquil, Rowlet, and what was the water Pokemon? Aquatop. Really cool. Alright guys, that's going to be it. So, hope you have a good day. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. Bye.